Welcome to Maydwell in 5. I'm Jonathan Maydwell, a learning and development strategist with more than 15 years of experience helping people and organizations grow. This podcast started from something deeply personal. Over the past few years, I've been rediscovering my own voice, not just as a professional, but as a person. I've realized that learning is really about coming home to yourself. We all carry stories built from our lived experiences, the things we've seen, believed, and told ourselves over time. And when we create or connect with art, whether that's a song, a story, a sketch, or even a conversation, we're exploring ways to unify those stories. Talent and creativity become paths back to wholeness. That's what drives my work, and it's what I want to explore here. Each week on Maydwell in 5, we'll spend just 5 minutes diving into one focused idea across the many dimensions of learning and development. It could be L&D Insights, which involve workplace learning, engagement, and design. Leadership moments about empathy, influence, and coaching. Human growth lessons, mindset, resilience, and reflection. Trends in learning, research or technology shaping how we grow, and practical frameworks, models and tools you can use for real-world impact. I'm leaning into this growth myself, learning out loud in real time. As the podcast evolves, I'll bring in subject matter experts to share different perspectives and offer new routes for reflection, because growth is never just one voice. It's a dialogue. To start, Maydwell in 5 will be a weekly post, a short reflection to help you pause, learn, and reconnect. But I'll always be open to your feedback. I'm excited to bring this micro-learning mindset to your reflection and to build a community that grows through conversation and curiosity. Maydwell in 5 is my way of sharing that journey with you. 5 minutes each week to pause, learn, and reconnect with purpose, with people, and with data that actually matters. Today, we're exploring a topic at the core of every learning environment: psychological safety. In the 2024 LinkedIn Workplace Learning Report, 94% of employees said they would stay longer at a company that invests in their growth. Yet, Harvard Business Review found that one major barrier to effective learning is fear. McKinsey research shows that 85% of innovation practitioners say fear consistently holds back ideas. And SHRM reports that when employees sense judgment or retaliation, engagement can drop up to 30%. The lesson is clear. People don't learn when they're performing for approval. They learn when they feel safe to think, question, and try again. Recently, I served as a caption manager for a touring drum corps, teaching and mentoring performers from high school to college age. The days were long, equal parts music, logistics, and mentoring. But my first priority was always psychological safety. From day one, we built trust through structure and clarity. Performers knew what was expected, why it mattered, and how their daily goals tied to the larger show. We practiced explicit instruction, continuous self-assessment, and constant collaboration. In other words, think, listen, and do. At the end of the season, a veteran section leader pulled me aside. He thanked me, not for trophies, but for creating a space where he felt comfortable being himself. That moment confirmed what I've believed ever since. Growth happens when expectations are clear, feedback is safe, and people feel seen. So how do we build psychological safety inside our learning cultures? Here's one strategy rooted in my philosophy. Clarity leads to reflection, which leads to growth. Start with clarity. Define the purpose of every learning moment. When people understand what they're learning and why it matters, uncertainty fades and confidence rises. Then, create a space for reflection. Encourage learners to self-assess before feedback arrives. This turns performance reviews into learning conversations, and mistakes into data, not drama. Finally, celebrate growth over perfection. Perfection creates silence. Growth invites dialogue. Leaders can model this by sharing their own learning moments, just like I did with that student. The formula is simple but powerful. Clear goals, reflective practice, and a culture that values progress more than polish. That's how trust becomes the foundation for performance. Take a moment this week to reflect. Do the people you teach or lead feel safe enough to learn out loud? What's one action you can take to replace fear with curiosity? Share your reflection on LinkedIn, tag Maydwell in 5, or start a team conversation about psychological safety. You can also download the episode's companion to guide that discussion. This has been your Maydwell in 5 for the week of November 10th. Let's keep building learning cultures that grow with psychological safety, not against it.